Hello everyone. Welcome again to another Walking and Talking where I'm just, talking about my day, my thoughts, and an update on my status on my journey to, correct my neck issues. Yeah, today is day 73 after my PRP injection. So, yeah, today wasn't too bad in terms of my pain levels and everything. Way better than yesterday for sure. Even right now, I do have some pain in my neck, obviously, but yeah, just not too bad. I mean, we started the walk, so I don't know. Maybe it'll get worse or get better. Usually it gets better, but we'll see. Um, yeah, in terms of like what I did today, just my physical therapy. Part of it, I'm gonna do it again right now once I'm done with this. Um, my exercises, my supplements, and yeah, that's about it. Just I did a little walk earlier today too. I feel like those walks are very important for me to, restabilize my neck and my neck muscles. And yeah, I did that. And what else? Yeah, just chilled on the computer for a bit. Um, yeah, that's about it. But in terms of my, progression, yeah, like today is not one of the days where I'm feeling great, but I don't know, I'm feeling as bad as yesterday. I don't know. When it comes to this type of issues, I guess I have to measure more with, you know, I have to measure it in terms of weeks instead of days, right? Or even months, right? Like, I should see progress in weeks and months, not in days, because if you do it in days, then I feel like it becomes overwhelming, right? Because you might have one bad day or something, and then it's just like, fuck, man, like it's not even working, right? But yeah, that's how I'm measuring this, right? I'm just like, I think I'm 9 weeks in on my physical therapy, almost week 10. I don't know, I need to double check, I forgot. But I think on week 9, I think it might be week 9. And overall, 9 weeks of, you know, physical therapy for this type of condition after having it for 1.5 years. It's not a lot of time, right? Um, so yeah, for me, it's like I'm trying to give it another month. Let's see how I feel in a month, right? And yeah, like I said, I'm taking it week by week, month by month, and see how I do better, right? Yesterday I was feeling pretty bad. I went out a little bit with my parents, and yeah, I was like, yeah, let's go home. I'm feeling like shit. So we left early. Um, but yeah, but today I feel a little better. But I decided to just stay inside today, just for caution. I got invited to go somewhere, but like I said, I just wasn't sure how I was gonna feel. So I'd rather just stay home and, just walk around here. But yeah, like I mentioned, like in terms of my symptoms, I just feel dizzy, right? I feel my neck, my upper side of my neck just feels kind of unstable. Just dizzy, right? And yeah, and like I said, like the previous pain that I felt on my left side, I feel like it's yesterday. I felt it for sure when I was in the outing with my parents, but like I said, I kind of have to take like the average of the week, right? And yeah, like right now, I don't really feel that the pain. I just feel dizzy, and that could just be from my muscles, rebalancing themselves, right? And but still better than yesterday. But like I said, I guess I keep walking, sometimes it gets worse or it gets better. But yeah, but it's definitely like really, like I said, this type of issue is really like draining mentally. Yeah, it plays with a lot around with your like your will and your emotion and your your hope, right? Like, oh, is it gonna get better? Is it gonna get worse? Is it live with this for the rest of my life? And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, they haven't even really given me a real diagnosis in terms of what's wrong with me. Right? Like the MRI came out pretty. There was a little bit of issues, right, with like slight herniations, like very mild, and a little bit of bulging, kind of touching the nerves of my spinal cord, but not really. So like they thought that that's probably wasn't gonna be the issue, and I already got steroids for that, so and it didn't really resolve the issue. So I don't think that was the issue. I don't think it's like the pinching of my nerves. I think yeah, like this is the only thing that's left, the stenosis, right? Like the lack of stenosis on my cervical spine, and so that's what I'm doing right now. Getting, but yeah, but yeah, it's stuff that I have on my mind, and yeah, this month, like I said, I do feel like this month is gonna be critical. I mean, it's been 2 weeks since I kind of said this, like I didn't post a video about it, but yeah, I said like literally like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I'm like, this month is gonna be critical for my development of my healing process, right? Like it's either make or break. So we'll see, right? And right now I feel like I said, my neck is like super watery, and yeah, like I said, now it's a lot more about trying to like regain my muscle on my neck. But yeah, like stuff that I think about a lot. Like hopefully, like I don't know, like I do get a little tinnitus right now too. I feel some ringing in my ear, which I haven't had this symptom in weeks. I would say weeks. It's been a while since I had this symptom, the tinnitus, and but yeah, it's like it kind of makes sense, right? Like, oh, my whole neck is getting restructured, right? So I will probably come back to this, the side effects next week. Let's see how I feel. Yeah, like I said, I have to take it week by week. This tinnitus thing probably started like 2 days ago, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's just kind of part of the game, part of the process. But yeah, it's a little scary, especially when I'm by myself walking, with the dizziness and everything. But yeah, we'll see. Like I said, like some of the symptoms were like, like I said, like the sinus tension is gone, which is interesting. I still get it on my left from time, like maybe once or twice a week, or when I'm laying down. But like when I'm like this, I don't feel it. Like I said, I have the tingling in my hands. I feel it like maybe like 3 times a day or something. And it might be, like I said, something that dropped on my hand or something. Might be an actual feeling. Yeah, like some of the major issues, or like even the little small ones, have disappeared. Or gotten less frequent or less painful. But yeah, I feel like this is definitely like the point. Like I would say, like maybe this 3 weeks leading up to my meeting with my with the doctor, right? I'm tell him what I've been doing, right? Like, I mean, my chiropractor said like about that, stretching and like the cervical curve correction and all that stuff, and Yeah, it's been like I said, this last month, like the first month that I did it religiously, the first 3 weeks were hell. It was hell because I just felt shit, right? Felt really bad. Then like literally like after the fourth week, I was feeling pretty good. I feel like okay, like I have pain, but it's changing, right? Um, and then um, this week, like this probably I was in like this total because last week, yeah, because last week I had my acupuncture, so yeah, like after the acupuncture, I was feeling like kind of bad. Not gonna lie, like for 3 days, like I feel bad. But like I said, it could just be like my muscles on my left side just finally like releasing. So nothing is really like supporting my neck anymore, right? That's why it's so important for me to do my neck exercises. The weights, well, not really weights, but like the strength training on my neck, and even these walks. Just to re-stabilize my neck, to develop that the muscle that I lost. And but yeah, it's and like I said, I don't do anything crazy. Like this is probably the craziest things I do right now, just walking. And then yeah, like, but yeah, that for me, like that's all I can do, right? That's like the main suspect of my diagnosis, because I kind of pretty much, had to like not diagnose myself, but come to the conclusion myself, right? Then like since the doctors are like, oh, there's no pinching, there's no like your herniation is very mild, it's nothing crazy. So it's like okay, if it's not that, it's not that, and they gave me steroid shots and it didn't help, then it's probably this, right? So, but yeah, just like I said, I haven't seen anyone talk about this issue or like their experience on YouTube, and maybe I'm hoping that it'll get better, like drastically better eventually. But but yeah, and that's kind of like the reason I'm making these videos too, to you know, just to put myself out there and my issues, and hopefully someone gets some information out of this, and maybe they could use my info to like prevent their issues to become permanent, right? That's the biggest thing, like being some of these issues being unfixable, or like try to self-diagnose sometimes, because I don't know, like I said, doctors be bullshitting sometimes. They're good at like diagnosing once your neck is fucked, but preventative care is definitely like lacking. So we'll see, Yeah, thank you for joining me tonight, and talk to you guys tomorrow. Lead us.